Hi, welcome. In today's video, you will see me draw this little doodle. It's a little birdie surrounded by flowers and elements inside of a oval circle. I'm using the Adobe Fresco app on my iPhone 7. The app is free for basic features, and there is a premium price you can pay to have access to all of the additional features. You can check out the site. I'll link it below. So let's get started. So what you may have just seen was, at first I drew in a really rough oval circle shape around the bird, and by holding the shape for a little bit, a clean oval is created. Next, I will fill in the circle with all of the little flowers and doodles. I'll be zooming in and out of the canvas to see how the overall composition looks. Mainly because I'm using a small surface, zooming in helps me to see what it is that I'm drawing. The app that I'm using, the Adobe Fresco app, comes with a variety of brushes that can be installed. For this video, I'm mainly using a brush called Chunk. I like the style of it. It's kind of whimsical. I'm not going to talk too much about the Adobe Fresco app, but like I said earlier, there is a free version and a paid subscription, which will give you more access to more of the brushes, because this app has a lot of brushes available to use so you can create. Mainly for this video, I'm just using one brush, which is called Chunk. Palette that I'm using is somewhat warm. It's like a rich burgundy color. And you can see here I am adding little berries or abstract little leaves to this branch that I created. Let's see what else. I'm using a stylus to draw on my phone. I mean, you can use your finger, but the stylus that I'm using makes it easier to draw on the little surface. So I meant to warn you ahead of time that you may get a little dizzy watching me spin the canvas around as I add petals to the different flowers. I guess because it's a circle or a round shape. So here I am still filling in details of that one little brush, one little branch, little tree branch. So to undo in this app, you can press the reverse or undo button at the top, or you can tap on the screen with 2 fingers and that will undo. If you want to undo the undo, you tap it with 3 fingers, which I guess is called a redo. Again, I'm filling up this oval shape with little bits of flowers. Some are colored in, some are just like a hollow outline shape. I'm just filling it in, spinning it around. One thing I do like about this app is it's really easy to use. Again, I'm just drawing on the canvas, kind of filling it in and filling in that little, I guess, egg shape. Yeah, I like this brush. It kind of has a non-computer look to it. You can see here I just pulled up the color palette, which I created earlier, just to save time in this video. So what you do is you click on the circle and it opens up it's like the little circle color swatch, and it'll open up all of the colors that have been added to this particular drawing. Then you just tap and select which color you want to use. So for this doodle, it's kind of like in a warm red tone. So these are just a variant or a different shade or a different tone of, I guess, reds and pinks, fuchsias. I'm just listing a whole bunch of warm colors. Again, I'm just adding little flowers or little elements to fill in the whole egg shape. We're gonna call it an egg shape. So you'll see sometimes at the bottom right, I'll tap this little plus icon, which will create another layer. The benefit of the layers is if I want to move some of these elements around, I can select them with the transform tool, and if I make an element on its own individual layer, that helps to select the right element and move it around. Otherwise, if I were to draw everything on one layer, which is fine, if I wasn't going to edit or move things around, they would all move in one unison because it's on the same layer. So right now, as you can see, I'm just adding more elements just to fill it in, and zooming out to see how much more I want to add or not add. One thing I really like is, you can sit here and just doodle and just fill it in, and time will go by rather quickly. And sometimes, you might not have paper and pencil. So being able to whip out my phone, open the app, and just draw is kind of nice. So what I'm doing here is, you guessed it, adding more little elements, adding more little doodles to fill in this oval egg shape. You can watch me continue this. So I'm still adding little elements. And I think after this, I decide to choose a different color. And what you'll notice is if I take my stylus and hover over one of those little color splotches, it'll pick up the color. So it looks like I decided to add green, which goes with this because in nature, you know, you have flowers and you have leaves, and typically leaves are green, so it just goes well together. Can't go wrong with adding green to flowers. Pretty much any color flower. And I think the green adds a nice contrast as well to the composition. I'll sprinkle the green in little bits, so it's not overwhelming. It's just a little pop of color here and there. Okay, so here you'll see me pick up another color. I'll just hover my pointer over one of those colors and it'll pick it up. Okay, next I'm going to change my brush to color in the bird. And like these are all the brushes that is available in the app. Fill in this little birdie's belly. looks like the brush that I chose for this was called Chalk, and so it's a little opaque. You'll notice that there are more settings you can add for each brush, so you can really customize the different brushes. So the size of that brush is like 57, and the color is a pink, but it's not 100% opaque. It has some transparency to it, which is why, like, if I color over a spot, it becomes darker. So I want a more saturated looking bird here, so I'm going over it a couple times, giving it a couple passes. Alright, so I added another layer, and it looks like I want to change colors and paint the little birdie's head in. Again, so this particular brush, the setting for it is more transparent, so I just need to give it a couple passes to make it a more saturated color. Okay, so next I'm going to erase out the lines. Erase what I painted outside those lines. Okay, I'm adding another layer. I guess I'm going to paint the beak. Let's see. So you can like pick colors. Yeah, see how that brush was super transparent, so I'm just coloring it in until it becomes a nice solid yellow beak. And then I'm going to paint the eye in. Like I'm nearly done. Okay, lastly, I'm going to come in and add some black outlines to some of the flowers using a different brush. And I think that just helps to make these elements pop out a little bit more. And after that, I think I'll be done with this. So I will let you watch me draw. Okay, so it looks like I'm wrapping up now. Adding a little bit more black lines just to make some of the floral elements stick out some more. Yeah, and I think that about wraps it up. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please remember to like and subscribe. There'll be more to come. Bye for now.